trenches with it. I'm sitting in the trenches. I'm sitting in, dude, I am the trenches. Literally, at the end of every chapter, I have a reflection prompt so that you can pull from your own life. You learn that also in therapy. Go back through a lot of trauma and be like, nah, I gotta change. Like, a lot of things. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even rehash everything. Literally letting myself feel what I feel.
Got the moves, got the fire in my veins, changing the game, yeah, I'm versatile, making my mark, this is only the start, sweet with a twist, yeah, I'm falling for this.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Wow, been a minute. I think the last time was like, I was talking about my book and going from manuscript to Amazon Kindle, and it's just like, what's crazy. So if you haven't, check out that last video. This is so crazy, but if you're new here, hi, welcome to my channel. It's Skylar. Give this video a few thumbs up and comment down below this emoji, and then also join the family by hitting that subscribe button. It means the world to me. And if you're returning, thank you for staying on this journey with me. I know it's been very up and down all around, but I'm gonna try to be more consistent how I am. TikTok, short form videos, so definitely check those out so you guys can I think get to see more of my personality and the way I think about things. But if you didn't see by today's title, I am answering some questions that y'all guys may have about my book. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been there for me, who has kept me sane throughout my journey with grief, mental health, physical, body image, stress, anxiety, all of it, because not a lot of people can say that they have people in the support system around them. So I really do appreciate everyone who has been there for me and everyone who is supporting me by purchasing my book, checking it out, reading it. The feedback means a lot to me, and I want to take this to the next level. I actually started writing a little bit about another huge topic in my life. Therapy also has kind of influenced me into writing again. I honestly haven't written about my feelings in years. So this book is like my own little diary, but more of a public diary or journal, because, and that's what we're gonna talk about. We're gonna break it down. But definitely check out my Instagram, both of them actually, and check out my TikTok. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started with officially. So this is my book, guys. Now this is the proof copy. This is The Day I Stopped Surviving. Subtitle: A Healing Journey for Black Girls Who Carry Too Much. And then on the back, I have my little short version of my author bio. And let's go ahead and get into some of the questions. The first one is, if this book was the only thing you ever left behind, would you be satisfied with the message it says? Yes, I am so satisfied with the message this book sends, because the message is for anybody, really. Like, I know I specified a specific group of people, which was Black girls, but it can be for anyone, really. I never want to confine my life and what I've learned to just one specific group of people. If you're not a Black girl, if you're not a girl, if you're not Black, period, and my message from my story, my journey helps you, and you resonate with it, that's all that matters to me. If I can touch other people, I'm all for it. And that's how I've always been. I never brush away the idea of, like, helping. Are you writing this to heal yourself or to help others? I say both, because along the journey of mental health and grief and in therapy, I have learned in therapy that you can heal and still open up these wounds. You also, at the same time, can be helping other people. Not just my own personal journal, but it's also a helping tool. It's also a insightful tool. Heal myself through a lot of the things I talked about in the book, and it definitely helps others. And that's what I wanted my book to be, not just about my life and what I struggled through. I wanted to also help other people at the same time. So have, like, my story, what I've learned, can be a tool and a guide for other people to use. So not everything is so specific to my life, and that's why in my book, at the end of every chapter, I have a reflection prompt so that you can pull from your own life, your own experiences. You can pull and say, oh, this relates to this. Oh, I never thought of it this way. And I learned that also in therapy about, like, because therapy, it ties I knew it tied to my life, but I never thought I would have to really dig deep for a lot of the the answers. I didn't know I would have to go back through a lot of trauma and analyze that trauma to kind of heal and move forward. Are you taking no, are you talking at the reader, or are you sitting in the trenches with it? I'm sitting in the trenches. I'm sitting dude, I am the trenches, literally. I used to always think, like, me going through what I went through and have gone through was me being punished, or me being beat down. Because it's like, why do I deserve this? Like, I don't deserve anything that's happened to me like this. But when I think about it, God is preparing me for something bigger than myself, something bigger than this life. God is preparing me for a tougher, I guess, journey. So I'm in the trenches with the reader. Like, none of this, I'm not talking at the reader, I'm not degrading the reader, I'm not belittling the reader. No. I'm literally in the trenches with you because I've been there so many times that I know so much about what it's like. And I want you to know that I know because I'm not joking. I've been I've been underneath the trenches. Like I've been pretty down bad. So I definitely want them to feel that I'm not talking at them, but I'm talking with them. We're having a conversation through the pages. One thing you are struggling with today that proves you're still a work in progress. Every day, I'm a work in progress. And one thing that I'm struggling with is to not hold back. And I'm talking about holding back emotions, I'm talking about holding back my opinion, holding back my worth, holding back me, like being proud of myself, holding back the accomplishment that I've made, and always comparing it to other people's accomplishments and comparing, my journey to other people's journeys, which is a thief. Um, so that's one thing I still struggle with is like holding back and diminishing myself. Look like, or my accomplishments may not be accomplishments to somebody else. So they may be thinking like, oh, she's trying to be somebody that she's not, or she's trying to be all that, and I'm not. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm literally being myself. This is what I've been doing since I was, 14, 15 years old. Like I love doing this, and I don't want to diminish any amount of this. What is the core transformation you want your reader to experience by the time they finish the last page? So the last page, like of the context of my book, is chapter 14, and the reflection prompt is what becomes possible in your life when you stop abandoning yourself and start choosing vulnerability as an act of self commitment. And the title for that is A Soft Ending, A New Beginning. So when the reader finishes this last page here, this last chapter, the transformation I want them to have, even if you don't have one, but this is what I aim for, is to know that you are the only person holding yourself back. Vulnerability is not a weakness. You have to know that vulnerability is actually a blessing and it's actually a powerful thing. I've learned through my journey of struggling with being vulnerable and opening up about my feelings and about my life that I was never fully myself. Like, I always felt that I was kind of hiding or like I was acting surface level because I didn't know how to be vulnerable in a way that it didn't sound like I was weak or that I was human. So that's my transformation I want people to hopefully think about is that look at vulnerability in a way that you were never taught, in a way that you never thought about, in a way that is not looking like down at it, but looking up at vulnerability because it's actually one of the strongest things you can have. And to know when to be vulnerable and how much vulnerability you want to give to people is also a good sign that you're emotionally mature and you can regulate your emotions. I learned that in therapy that I think I always let my emotions take me over, so therefore my emotions control me. I don't control my emotions. So I would have these like moments of like blow ups because I kept suppressing parts of myself that were never supposed to really be suppressed. And then something else comes up and it triggers, and then all these emotions just like collide. Vulnerability will make you stronger. I promise you it will. Like, I haven't had one moment where someone has told me like being vulnerable is bad or like diminish me being vulnerable. No one has diminished me opening up about my feelings. I really do appreciate that. And I know it's made me stronger actually. It's actually made me breathe easier. It just made me better, and I do feel like I am more comfortable in my own skin because are you telling the reader what they want to hear to be liked or what they need to hear to change? I'm definitely telling you what you need to hear if you want real change because I had to hear those things or I had to find them out myself and be like, nah, this is, I gotta change. Like, and I walked into therapy with the mindset of, I want to change. So don't tell me what I like to hear. Don't tell me what I want to hear. If it's not the truth, if it's not the real deal, I don't want it because I want to cold heartedly change. I knew that and I said I want to change so bad it's crazy. I want to be better for myself. And that was my fuel through still being persistent, still being consistent, still being dedicated to therapy, even when I had multiple breakdowns. So I definitely think I'm telling people what you need to hear and how you need to look at your own life. And once you start analyzing some things in your life, I think you can really actually change. And especially if you are dedicated and put 200% of your time and effort into really wanting to be better. Okay, second to last question. What is the most difficult, unglamorous part of your healing process that most people, including, skip? Um, like I said, I think the most unglamorous thing, well, there's two, but the first one is really rehashing a lot of things. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even rehash everything to my therapist. And I'm gonna tell you why right now. The reason why, because there's certain situations I didn't really bring up like at all. What I learned through therapy and the tools that she gave me and introduced to me, I actually I actually used them towards like that situation. Even if she didn't know about the situation. Like I didn't out loud rehash or verbalize the situation that happened to me. But the tools that she gave me, I utilized them in that situation to where I no longer feel like that situation has power over me and that I don't need to spew it out because I do think I've already like worked through it through other ways. So that I think is unglamorous is to rehatch everything. The second thing is like literally letting myself feel what I feel and letting myself cry in front of a person I didn't even know that I never got to process a lot of things that happened in my life. A lot of major things happened in my life where I never got to process them. Like I'm not even joking. was unglamorous because I did kind of want to like just tell you here are my problems and move on and not really let that affect me and start showing so much emotion, but I couldn't. I couldn't. And then the last one is, what specific mindset or habit did you have to kill within yourself to become the person who could write this book? Excuse me. This question hits hard. The mindset or the habit that I had to kill within myself to even write this book was the idea that I'm not going to be successful. And I know you're like, what? That's so broad. What I mean is I've always looked at YouTube, TikTok, social media, writing a book, Instagram models, you know, all these things in my life that I've always wanted to do. I've looked at them as comparing myself to other people that I grew up watching and that are successful at these things. And I said, I'm not going to ever be that successful. Like, I'm not going to make it that far. Like, I don't want people to think I'm trying to be something I'm not. And that right there is the mindset that I had to kill or to destroy within myself because that has always held me back. I still catch myself doing it, but I've always compared myself to other people. That it started consuming me in a way that I always thought about how other people looked at me. I believe in yourself, and you knowing yourself that what you're doing is absolutely amazing. No matter the numbers, no matter the money behind it, no matter the recognition, no matter the shout outs that you get, no matter the congratulations that you don't get, no matter the eyes that see it or don't see it, no matter the people that talk about it or don't talk about it, no matter the haters or no haters, no matter the fake people or not, like no matter what the outside world, the external gives to you or doesn't give to you, because trust me, I've posted plenty of things that I knew were accomplishments for myself, and no one has told me congratulations, no one has said, but I know that I post that stuff and post those achievements because they are achievements for me. Like, I did this. It really comes down to you being your biggest supporter. It really does. At first, I was like, how can you be your own supporter? But I see why. No matter, like I said, if you get congratulations or not, you better congratulate yourself. You better clap for yourself. You better standing ovation for yourself. I was able to write this book because I wasn't thinking about what other people would think of me. I was thinking about me and how I was processing while I was writing this, you know? And I felt better. Like, I felt better at the end of the day when I finished this book. I was like, I just let it out. I didn't have to force anything, I didn't have to put on a facade. This is all me, you know? And I can't be any prouder than myself. I mean, this is crazy. I'm an author. You guys get that? I'm an author. I'm a writer. Um, wow. That is the end of this video. Thank you for tuning into my book questionnaire. These questions were definitely, they hit where they need to hit, and I hope that y'all guys gain some more information, more insight on my book. Definitely go check it out. I'll link it in the description. I just really thank God. Like, I would not even be here to even see the day that I wrote a book. If it wasn't for God, like crazy. But I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.